Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to InnovFest unBound. Come on, I think we got, right now, the numbers are wrong. There's over 6,300 of us, so let's make some noise. So good morning and welcome. So I'm delighted to welcome you all here. It is a phenomenal achievement that we have so many people here, and it's really down to the special partnership we have between ourselves, unBound, NUS Enterprise, and IDA. And it's really how each component has come together to bring a phenomenal crowd, and it's wonderful you're all here. Just as a show of hands, how many of you were here last year? Raise your hand. Great. How many of you were too shy to raise your hands? Thank you, Yossi. Great. So, Minister, thank you. Welcome back. It's great that you were here last year, and great that you were here this year. And we all read last week that you saved the life of one of your colleagues. So I'm sure all of us wish him a speedy recovery. Special welcome must go to Professor Tan, the President of the National University of Singapore. So thank you, and thank you for hosting this with us. So welcome to yourself. We also have some distinguished ambassadors. Ambassador Yael Rubinstein, Israeli ambassador to Singapore, the ambassador of Lithuania. I'm sorry, I can't quite pronounce your last name, but welcome and thank you. And you've also brought with the Vice Minister of Economy of Lithuania, so it's wonderful that you're here. And Ambassador Cox, the Belgian ambassador to Singapore, so thank you and welcome. And we have also several dignitaries from many of the 40 international delegations. I know we've got a tight schedule because I think, Minister, you have to catch a plane. So I won't list you all, but to say thank you so much. Special welcome must also go to Executive Deputy Chairman of IDA, Steve Leonard, and Managing Director, Jacqueline Poe. So welcome and thank you. Actually, how we initially met NUS Enterprise was through STB, the Singapore Tourism Board. So I'd like to thank the CEO, Lionel. I think you're here, so thank you. And the rest of your team, especially Andrew, Hafez, and Mark, thank you very much. And also the representatives we have of many of the, I hope I get the number right, 58 government agencies and statutory boards and 23 ministries. So welcome to you all and thank you. Lily, it's actually crazy to think that a few years ago, when we were talking about this idea, we said maybe 1,500. Last year we had 2,700, and now this year. So, and really, I must give thanks to one person who, at an event Yossi and we did a few years ago, there's an Israeli girl called Liron who said, I think you should come to Singapore. I think so. Liron Lev, if you're here. Yes, thank you. And also, she's just got engaged yesterday. Unfortunately, not to me. So, congratulations and a big round of applause to you yet. There's two co-chair people of this event who really have been a source of inspiration. One is Lily. So thank you, Lily, for giving us a chance, saying, yes, we'll do this. I'll make it work with the university. I'll do that. And it's wonderful. So thank you. And another one who's Dr. Yossi Vardi, who I'm sure many of you have seen here last year and at other events. So Yossi, you've been a phenomenal advisor, mentor, friend to myself and many others of us in this room. So thank you for coming, and we look forward to hearing from you later. I'd also like to say hello to Mark, who that event we spoke about was an event that we did together. So thank you for coming and joining in and also being a real mentor to us. And I know many of the startups are going to be meeting you later, so really appreciate you being here. And a couple of quick shout-outs to Maurizio from Italy, Mark from France, Ronnie from China, our friends from WPP, and many of the other corporate and brands we have here. And to my wonderful team, we've actually now got a local team here headed up by Gabe. Gabe, thank you very much. The team have been great, and I appreciate all the hard work that you've done, and especially to Mike Silverberg, Anthony, Ruin, Joanna, and the rest of the crew. We're fortunate, actually, to organize many events all around the world in London, in Tel Aviv, and many other places, and I've never worked with such a professional crew and team for all this great lighting and sound. So big thank you to My Stepo, to Tauke Francis, and to the rest of your crew, so thank you. So the theme which we've come up with, which was building last year, is where Asian innovation meets the world. And what's so special is that we have 6 pillars of innovation all represented. We have from the media, with a massive international delegation of journalists. We have our human zoo outside of startups, of entrepreneurs, over 357 exhibitors. We have investors. We have corporates and brand from Kimberly-Clark, Unilever, right the way across, who are all bringing their internal teams and their stakeholders. And we also have an amazing, all representatives from the leading universities of Singapore who are showcasing their research and technology. So we've got academia and, of course, a very large government contingent. And we've got a jam-packed program. I'm sure many of you have seen your programs. They were designed to fit in the brochure, but it's a little thick. We apologize. So please check out that. There's screens around the room. Those of you outside, hello, the screens are all being relayed at the moment. So please check out your program. Please see any of the guys in T-shirts if you want to know where to go. There's a lot going on, so join in. And all of this would not be possible without the generous support of many partners. So I'm going to list them all, and let's give them a round of applause at the end. Firstly, to MEC, to Unilever Foundry, to Unilever, to Singtel Innovate, to Kimberly-Clark, to Huawei, to Stylus Media Group, and to Y&R. Thank you. Next is to our strategic partners, to IBM, to N1, to SLAS, to SNCC, to Startup Nation Central, to Twitter, to NRF, to Blipper, to Braintree, to Microsoft, to Vicky, and to your Singapore and STB. So thank you. We have another group of supporting partners. So we have Merckx & Clark, Ascendus, Hamilton, Brooks, Smith & Reynolds, Kantar, Saturno Global, StarHub, Dentons, SGX and Capbridge, Kodiak, Sansan, Amat, LivePerson, VML, Labstore, Salty Customs, and 4 years from now. Thank you. And what's special is how people say, how do you bring the crowd? We have a lot of community partners, many different organizations who brought delegations or groups. So I'm going to do a big shout out to Orange Labs, to Italia Startup, to Startup Bootcamp, to Skolkovo, to SurveyMonkey, to ICTA from Sri Lanka, to Startup East, to Inc47, to GetLinks, to eCommerce Milo, to Impact Hub Singapore, Startup Grind and Startup Jobs, SVCA, Italian Trade Association, Working Capital, Wolfworks, Padang, Siasian, Carios, and Glisper, thank you. And finally, a special mention must go to the IHLs that we have represented. Firstly, IDMI, Singapore Polytechnic, Temasek Polytechnic, Nanyang Polytechnic, Republic Polytechnic, Singapore University of Design and Technology, and Nanyang Technical University. Thanks to our media partners, CNBC, Channel News Asia, The Bridge, Vulcan Post, and Camp Creations, and thank you to everybody here.